I came on this show because I wanted to show America a different kind of man. And I know that if there was somebody like me on TV when I was growing up, my whole life would have been different.
Transgender activist Chaz Bono dancing his last dance on the reality competition show, acknowledging some of the challenges that he faced growing up. Chaz says he dedicated his run on Dancing with the Stars to all the teens and kids out there across this country who might be struggling like he did. You know, of course, families all across this nation are struggling in the recession, but a new report by the Family Equality Council is shedding light on a previously unrecognized demographic. 2 million kids now being raised by same-sex couples are more likely to grow up poor or live in abject poverty. And it's all tied up in the federal government's failure to accept the LGBT definition of family. Jennifer Chrisler is the executive director of the Family Equality Council and joins me now. Jennifer, it's nice to see you this morning. I think when it comes to poverty, we want to be clear that we're showing the discrepancy when it comes to how a family unit is defined. And when you compare, there is a really big, vast difference. The poverty rate is more than double that for same-sex couples than it is for heterosexual couples. Explain why.
Well, you know, the reason why is because the way that we define family in this country has not really kept pace with the changing nature of who our families are. And so the federal government uses a definition that is oftentimes tied to the legal relationship between a parent and a child. And in this country, that's really hard for same-sex couples to be able to get. In 31 states, it's a real challenge for both parents to have a legal relationship with their children. Not to mention the fact that there are all these increased tax burdens, extra health care costs that families face because of how we define families in this country.
Jennifer, that's what I want to get into, the tax discrepancies here, because you can see the big ones when we look at what heterosexual couples who file jointly stand to get at least you know, a $50 refund. LGBT couples filing separately end up owing more than $2 grand. So if this wrapped up in the federal definition of what family is, isn't the form of taxation just discriminatory?
It is. It's really an outdated, and discriminatory way of thinking about the family unit. It stems from the federal government's refusal to recognize legal marriages in the 6 states and in the District of Columbia where same-sex couples can get married. And ultimately, what it results in is a real vulnerability and an economic instability for the kids, for the 2 million children.
I just want to show everybody, though, that we have a family, just to put a face on all of this. The ramifications go beyond just the money. One couple that's featured on MSNBC.com living in South Carolina, Jeff Littlefield and Tommy Starling, they recently talked to the AP about the concerns that they have because they don't want their daughter to face discrimination. Yet she runs the risk, Jennifer, of losing legal protections that are afforded mom and dad households. Explain to all of us what those are.
Well, you know, most heterosexual couples, when they have a child or adopt a child, they, as parents, have a legal relationship with their kids. And what they worry about is providing every opportunity to their children. But for the vast majority of same-sex couples, securing those legal relationships with your children is much more challenging because of state laws, because of discriminatory laws. So the result can be that your child could be seen as a legal stranger in the eyes of the law to the parent who has been taking care of them, raising them, loving them, caring for them. So it's a real challenge for same-sex couples.
Well, we appreciate the work that you're doing. Family Equality Council Executive Director Jennifer Chrisler. Jennifer, nice to see you. Thanks.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for me today. I'll see you back here at 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, and we're going to speak with Rosie O'Donnell on her TV comeback. We're going to ask her about the fight against bullying in this country as well. We look forward to that. But for now, stick around because Richard Louie is here in studio with me to pick things up for the next hour.
That'll be a good one tomorrow.
I know. I look forward to it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Coming up.